Okay, so in this video we are going to talk about the predefined policies. How do we list them down? How can we see them? How can we enforce them against certain accounts? So this is the page where we have listed down all the policies. This contains all the custom rules, all the policies for all the accounts for AWS, GCP, and Azure. A couple of policies will come for the OCIs as well. So yeah, and that then this page will be updated accordingly. So if we look at this tag, then it says the custom rule, which we would be talking about in the other video. But if we scroll down a bit, then we will see a bunch of policies which are already defined, which are predefined. So we already so we can talk about this. Let's say for example, block privilege access for anyone. So this is something similar to like no user should be having the admin access, which is like the high privilege access, or maybe IAM full user access. So no user should be having this access. So this policy define those kind of permissions. If we have them, then this will detect it and this will just simply remediate it. Similarly, we can say that the IAM password policy requires the administrator reset. So we can just enforce the resetting of the password for the admin user. Then we have a bunch of policies for the DDoS protection, and delete unused RDS instance. So these are the bunch of policies that we have defined, which we feel that might be helpful for a customer, and which we can use on a day-to-day operation. So for example, if an RDS instance is running which is unused, so that means that will just unnecessarily cost us. So we can just simply say that we want to enforce this policy, and if there is any RDS instance, then we can just simply delete it. How we are going to define that this is unused? We can define it by just simply checking if in last 21 days the CPU utilization is less than 1%. So that means we are not using it, so we can just simply terminate them. Some key pairs which we are not using, so we can just delete the unused key pairs and everything. So yeah, you can basically check all of these policies here, and this is a global page. Now if we talk about the enforced policies, then you will see all the accounts here, and this is the account that I have selected. So here I can just simply see what are the policies, what would be the resource type, and if this policy is enforced on any of the account. So you can see all the enforced account where this policy will run. If you have this policy enforced on multiple accounts, then that's how you can just simply see that on these three accounts this policy will run. Okay, now if we talk about this, so you will see unrestricted SSH. This policy is enforced only on this account. Okay, so here is the basic difference between enforcing the policy and putting into the detection mode. So right now, this policy, which is the unrestricted SSH, this is applied only for this account. Now what will happen if we have any SSH which is not restricted? So that means for this account and for this account, this policy would go into the detection mode, but no action would be taken. While if we talk about this account where the enforcement is also enabled, so this will go into the detection mode. It will also enforce it by taking certain set of actions. So if we talk about a policy, let's say no S3 bucket should be public, right? And this is enforced on this account. So whenever the detection happens, it will also block the public access by going to by connecting to your AWS account. So that would be auto remediated. Okay, so this is the list of enforced policy that we have here, and by visiting this page, policy shield events, you can check which policies are going into the violation, into the detection mode, which policies are violated basically. So you will see into the alarm state, and then you will see one more status, one more row, if this is resolved or unresolved. Now as I explained earlier, if you enforce the policy, then only it will go into the resolved mode. But if you don't enforce the policy, or some policies which are just not possible to auto remediate, for example enabling MFA, so that requires a device to be registered, that requires at least two OTPs to be entered. So this is something which is just not possible to do it automatically. So those kind of policies, and if you don't enable the enforcement for a policy, right, so they will go into the unresolved, and you will see the proper status here why they are going into the unresolved action. Something which is not possible, or something maybe auto remediation was not turned on, or if there is like some other reason, then we'll just simply display the reason here, and then further actions can be taken on the basis of that. Now in my next video, I will cover how do we create the custom policies, how do we enforce them, and we'll also see these policies in action. I mean, by making some changes into the AWS account, you will see the alarms, you will see the resolved state, and then we'll also see that if the actions are being taken and the violations are getting auto remediated. So all of these things will cover into the next videos. Yep, that's it. Thank you.